pursuit of heroes, legends old. In his stories their glories unfold. Baz the Bard with strings of gold. His heart cries out the tales he's told.
Hi everybody, welcome to the Meta Report. It is week 3 of ProQuest and we've got all the results from the UK, Ireland and Sweden. And this week I've been joined by Matthew Foulkes again. Hi Matt, how are you?
I'm good, making this a regular fixture now, Barrett.
You are. You did really well last week. You got off to a rocky start. Two bad guesses and then you were off to the races, mate. You did really well.
Yeah, I've done so well that you've had me back on, so... I'm happy to be back.
Among other reasons, so which we'll get to later on. Okay, so let's kick it off with the giveaway. There we go. Right, okay, so the giveaway from By the Same Token. Ed Cardle, the lead designer for Flesh and Blood Tokens, has very kindly supplied me with these goodie bags. So I've got 4 of the wagered Overpower, Vigor, Might and Agility tokens. Here they are, 4 bags of goodies. There's only 1 Agility token in there. The 2 represented are basically to show you what the other side is. There are 2 Might and 2 Vigor, 1 Wager and 1 Overpower. And there is a streaming set of the Dominate, Go Again and Overpower tokens. Okay, so to be in a chance of winning that next week on the Spinner Name, all you got to do is like and comment on any of the week 1 to week 3 videos. Every time you comment, you get an entry. Well worth joining. Okay, so that's from Ed from By the Same Token. Cheers, Ed. Other sponsors for the show are Thistle Tavern, which you can buy your singles for Flesh and Blood from those guys, and Fab Counter, which I use for my recording my games. And those guys, Stefan and Henrik, are fantastic. So let's crack on with where sort of like the living legend heroes were. Fi, after 2 weeks, has still not moved anywhere. He's gone nowhere.
Did he not get any more this week? 0 again.
I don't know for week 3 because we record this on the Monday and they literally post it about midnight here. So okay, we're recording at 9 o'clock.
I was surprised he didn't get a single one last week. So if it didn't win one 2 weeks in a row, like I know it's not big in the meta right now, but it's just, to see a hero that has been as dominant as Fi just get brick walled for an entire season is pretty insane.
Yeah, it's a bit crazy. Dash is slowly catching up, so you never know. She might have overtaken Fi when we look at the week 3 results. Bravo's gained a few, Katsu's gained a few, but the biggest riser out of the 6 is Dory. Right, but Azalea's in 7th still. Kano's gone from 10th to 8th. No, that's not right. Kano, sorry, is 8th. KO has gone from 10th to 12th. 13th is Kasai. 14th is now Prism. And Victor has dropped from 14th place to 15th. Okay, and at the bottom is still the highest placed heroes, or the heroes that have gained the most points over the heavy hit season. So that's KO, Azalea and Kasai.
I think we'll see some big changes now.
Yeah, Azalea's doing really well. She's really picking.
Yeah, I think we'll probably see a slowdown with Azalea this week and pretty sizable uptick with Prism.
Okay, we'll see those later on. Right, so let's begin the coverage. We go to Dragon's Lair in Stockholm. So 16 players. This is the meta. What do you reckon? Max, it keeps coming up everywhere. Max again.
Well, Max has actually lost one of its worst matchups in Dromite, and now gained a really good matchup in Prism. I don't care too much about dealing with auras and stuff because you have a bunch of 6s in Max, and so Max is actually quite a good counter to Prism. And then when you make the mech, and you can go high octane, send it, you kind of just don't care about auras, don't care about anything. You just run them over.
So it's literally a race.
Looking at this field, Victor and KO, 2 of the strongest decks in the format. I'd probably put 2 of those in the top 8 each.
Okay, right. Okay,
so I've got 1 in the top 4 of those each, and then it's a wild card for the rest, isn't it?
Okay, So we shall see, shall we? We've got the top 4, all right? Okay, so top 4. We mentioned Fi earlier, Benjamin Ramirez. And we have Jacob Trossing with Dorinthia, and he won an RTN in 2024. My track now continues in Sweden. Henrik Dahlström with Levia and Konrad Neva on Azuri. This is, so Fi versus Levia, Dory versus Azuri. Okay, that's the match for top 4. Okay, so what do you think?
I'm gonna take Levia and Dory into the finals because I think I recognise Jacob from last week's results. Maybe I think he might have made a top 4 last week if I'm not mistaken. Maybe I'm misremembering. But those are good matchups. I think that Levia has the edge over Fi just about with all the armor, and Dory blocks quite efficiently against Uzuru. Yeah. So I back those.
I always say Uzi, and then I go, oh, it's not Uzi, it's Azuri. Right, so the other heroes that you said wouldn't make it have made it. Fi versus Azuri. So this is like, you're rusty on the first one. Let's go for it. Who do you reckon? Benjamin on Fi or Conrad on Azuri?
I'm going to take it Azuri and be wrong probably.
Azuri, right, okay, let's go for it. You were right, mate. Oh, well done.
Thank you.
It's more pressure than playing in a match, mate. Here we go.
Honestly, yeah. And when I surprisingly enough, actually, recently when I played the ProQuest, that's what someone said to me yesterday. They were like, the biggest difference I noticed with you playing was that, like, I could tell that your opponents were like pressured or nervous in some way, and you just didn't seem remotely phased to be there.
Yeah. Well, you've put a lot of time in, haven't you? You put a lot of time in now into prison playing on.
Lost a lot of finals in my time. That's why.
Yeah. At least you played the right cards in the right way. There you go. Right. Cool. Let's see what was open, shall we? Okay. So this is the gold foil. Everybody likes these ones.
Nej, precis.
Det ligger rätt.
Baksidan
Ja,
är
det
höger.
ligger rätt. Bara rutan.
It's a very nice one. Halo of illumination.
Yeah, the prism box are always real.
Yeah, so someone's going to be after that one, that's for sure. The judge pack. So a cold foil Tekla Vossen. I think Erica was more excited about seeing that than anyone else. And that's
from the judge pack. Right?
Yeah, that was from the judge pack. And this is how the meta report for Sweden looks. There's one more to go, and that's Pleo Teket in Lund, which is right down the bottom. You'll see Malmo is right near there. Okay, so we've got Conrad Neva with Azuri, Christopher Reis with Sir Bolton, and Joakim Gustafsson when he won in Norway with Dorinthia. Okay, so one more to go, and they're all wrapped up. Well done, everybody. But let's go to Ireland. Let's see how the Irish are doing at the gathering in Limerick. 19 players, 6 KO. Jesus, that's a lot of KO for one small gathering.
On Dylan Thompson or Ian Holland to win this event.
Okay, Dylan's not in the top 4. I don't know if he went, but he's not in the top 4. Okay.
I'm gonna blind back. I don't know if they played the event. I don't know if either of them played the event, by the way, but when I'm backing them, it's just those two guys seem to have a pretty solid lock on Irish events these days.
Okay, right. Okie dokie. Right, let's just get to the top 4. Let's see what's gone on. Okay. So Jacob Nowicki with Azalea, and he plays Azalea a lot. Ian Holland with KO. Jacob Nowicki. It was his birthday yesterday. So for a birthday thing, he went to an event. Ian Holland on KO. He's won an RTN 2023, a Skirmish 7, a ProQuest 4, and a ProQuest 5. And then we've got Brendan McManus on Azalea, and Justin Walsh, who used to be a massive Dromai main, has gone on to Dorinthia, and he won a ProQuest 4. This is so Jacob played Ian, Brendan played Justin. All right. So I think it was that way.
I'm gonna back Ian to make the finals.
Okay.
And Justin to make the finals as well.
Right, cool. Okie dokie. Right, Azalea Mirror.
Yep.
Okay,
Yeah,
doesn't matter about who made it into the final. Okay, with the guesses, what matters is which Azalea the best. Okay, so take aim, right, and make your
I'm
guess.
picking Jacob. I've got a strong feeling. Wait, whose birthday was it? Was it
Jacob's birthday?
It's Jacob's birthday. He won.
Yeah, it was. He won, did he? Right. Okay. Shall we see? There we go. Well done. Look, he even got a cake. Yeah, it's awesome. Let's see him blow out. Oh, balls. Let's go back. How do I? Yeah, let's see him blow out the candles. There we go.
There you go. Got to get the W on your birthday. I reckon it's a setup.
Happy birthday, Jacob. Well done. Right, cool. Shall we see what gold foil he got? Sometimes I get a lot of videos and sometimes I don't.
I've still got my gold foil. Oh, no spoilers.
You said you weren't going to spoil it. Vexing Quill Hand. It's not a bad pull.
That is actually decent.
I think it's probably not great now, but will at some point in the future be really great. It we saw with Viceroy how powerful that card can be, and it is a majestic as well. It is a majestic, which adds some value. I think they might be a little bit rarer than the common ones. So I think any of the majestics you get are a decent hit.
Brian Gottlieb said that Rune Blade stuff's coming. So yeah, not this set, maybe next set.
So we can complain about the game being ruined again. Nice.
Judge pack time.
Kind of the setting of the thing, yeah. Oh yeah.
That's a nice pull.
I'm not sure what the big hits of these are.
I think Sink Below is one of the big ones. Most people want to Sink Below. So that was a very good pull.
Yeah, max rarity Sink Below. It's like one of the most played cards in the game, right?
Yeah, just needs 2 more now for a cold foil playset. Be amazing. Should we see how the Irish meta is? This is all of their games done. So 7th Dimension, Ryan Porter, the first national champion with Kasai, Jacob Nowicki, happy birthday with Azalea, and Ian Holland in Dublin with KO. Well done, everybody. Well done. Hopefully we should see you in that. Pardon?
This is all of Ireland. That's all of Ireland for the season?
Yeah, all of Ireland. That's the lot done. Right. Okay, let's concentrate on the UK now. So rule 0, 19 players. So four Victor. That's a lot of Victor. Only 1 KO. It's just like blimey. Okay, smattering of everything else. 2 Rhino, which is
Rhino.
Yeah. So this is normal, sort of like this is normal Guardian territory for sort of like
yeah. I put 2 Victors in the top 4. I think. I believe there's going to be 2 Victors in the top 4. I believe that.
Okay, right. Okay, you make me start thinking. You make me start thinking. Did I actually put everything down correctly?
I think this really, and then.
Okay,
I got one. You
got one. Right. Okay. So Thomas Hull with Victor, RTN 2024, and a runner-up for a Nationals in 2022. George Roger on Prism, UK Nationals runner-up 2021, when Matthew Foulkes, you won that one, didn't you? UK National Champion 2022, 3 Pro Quest 3s, and he's on Prism. Alex Chitu is our current Nationals champion for 2023, and a Pro Quest 4, and he's on Dash. And Stefano Berrien with KO. So this is actually who they played. So Victor played Prism and Dash played KO.
I think the Victor Prism matchups, if the Prism is a skilled pilot and understands all the nuances of the matchup, can be quite and I know George is. Mm-hmm. I know George is a skilled pilot. And has put quite a lot of time over the last few weeks into the deck. And so I'm going to take George in this one. And then I think KO is really strong. And I think if they have a bunch of item destruction, I don't know how much the list are packing these days, but they have Arg Smash and the new one.
His Send Packing is the one. Makes you block, otherwise you lose your arsenal.
And they have the one that can destroy items as well, the new one. I don't know how much of that tech they bring, but they can certainly. And Dash is probably just getting outvalued by KO a lot of the time, so I'll take those 2.
Okay, right. There we go. You got it this time. Yeah. Okay, so George Roger makes it into another final. He made it into Toys and Games Worcester and lost to Samee Braben that day. But this today, it is George Roger on Prism versus Stefano Berrien on KO. Who are you going for? I'd be quite surprised if you didn't actually know this.
I do know who won. But
it's your poker face, mate. You're getting good at it.
And shout out to Stefano. He's a solid player. He shows up to all the London events, and he's also a lovely guy.
Yeah, we featured him a few times on Nationals coverage.
Yeah, he helped me out with cards last weekend in London. So shout out to Stefano. Mm-hmm. And I know George won. I think this matchup's probably quite tough for Prism, but certainly not unwinnable because Prism can do the ceiling on what Prism can find when Prism hits its tomes and its power cards. You put the KOs in spots where they have to roll, and if they don't roll well, they will lose. And even if they roll really well, they still might not quite get there.
So,
but sometimes you break out and they just run you over.
Are the KOs putting more sixes in because the fives don't actually pop anything, do they? So...
the KOs, they've started to play some additional sevens. So one I saw this weekend was a red Clash of Agility. They have a few extra red sevens usually.
Okay. Is that because the Herald of Justice, he normally does the -1, doesn't he?
Exactly, just to try and play around those. Because popping is such good value against Prism and letting Heralds hit because they don't necessarily block that effectively. They do have good armor, but they're not blocking really well. They have quite a few non-blocks, and so they do need those poppers to be effective. So they are just sort of their tech is introducing a few extra sevens into their list.
All right, cool. Nice. So let's confirm that. There we go. George Roger, he won. Well done, George. Do you know what he opened?
I think I do know what he opened. Yeah, he told me that in his quarterfinal and his semi-final, he had to double ALS loop them. Triple ALS loop because they had time skippers and he had to not just put one ALS in play, but basically two ALSs in play at the same time.
That's a hell of a lot.
And so that they can break through with time skippers and kill the angel.
That's a hell of a lot. That's 18 resources.
It takes a lot of setup to do. And I was like, I haven't had to do that in many of my Prism games. And thankfully I, haven't had to have that struggle because it takes a lot of setup and it's quite easy to mess up.
Nice. Okay, so he opened a Galvanic Bender. That's what he opened. And he plays Max. So, it's not too bad. We're very happy with that one. Okay, let's go on to Dice Saloon. So this is slightly bigger, 27 players. So a nice turnout, good spread of heroes. The usual sort of three big ones, Dory, KO, Victor. 3 Vinsets. A Vinset's sort of showing ahead because Prism is gaining ground. And one unpreventable arcane can get rid of a lot of ward. That's for sure. How would you feel? How would you feel going into this field if you were playing Prism?
I like the Dory matchup, the Victor matchup. 3 Vinsets, pretty scary. I don't know how that matchup is. Haven't played it much, but I can't imagine it's great.
Yeah, I don't think there's many people playing Vinset. My friend Mike, he plays Vinset a lot. He's been playing it since Dusk Till Dawn. He really enjoys playing her. Hopefully she'll gain.
It's one of those ones where it just seems like Vinset is set up in a way where it just completely runs over what Prism's trying to do.
Mm-hmm.
But you still just have a Herald game plan. They do have some amount of poppers. I guess a decent amount of poppers with all the rune gate attacks. But
I've got quite a few.
Not they could just be awful. It might just be the counter. But then on the base power level of Vinset's plan right now is not super high. We just saw the new Vinset card get spoiled, the 1 cost rune gate card, which is really good, I think.
Yeah, there's been a buzz about it. Mike is very happy. This event,
free attack every turn.
This event was streamed on Cup of TCG. So if you want to see this event, go back and watch it. That's the place where you want to watch it. Okay, Cup of TCG.
I have no idea who won this one as well, but like I'm surprised not to see more Azuri down there because I know the Southampton lot are very, very fond of Azuri.
Yeah, so's Bristol lot. Ollie Cornish, he's a big Azuri player. Okay, so top 4 was Theo Mags on Victor, Adrian Queck on Dash, Callum Young on Viserai, and Finley Shepherd on Bolton. I think this is who they played. Okay, Theo versus Adrian, Callum versus Finley. All right.
This is it's a deck change for Theo. Theo played KO last weekend.
Okay.
I played against him in London. He beat me in round 1, and he played really well. So I'm going to back him because I think it depends on how the dash is set up. If it's like a heavily defensive pistol dash, then like it's pretty doomed. But I'm backing Theo just because I thought he played really well. And the Viserai Bolton matchup, I have no idea. Both those heroes have not seen a lot of play in the last 6 months. But I'm going to take Viserai.
Okie dokie. Right, you're on fire, mate. Okay, now we just need the winner. Victor versus Viserai.
I'm going to take Theo. I think Victor's power level is probably a bit higher. I don't know if this is like an OTK Vis deck.
I don't know either.
Maybe that changes like the paradigm of the matchup, but I'd certainly take. If the game just plays out normally, I think I'd tend to pick Victor in this matchup.
Okay, let's have a look. It was Viserai. So well done, Callum. All the top 8 matches that the Cup of TCG have recorded will be coming out separately with commentary this week. Okay, so look out for those ones. That's the team.
Because I'd love to see the Viserai's games.
Yeah, and Callum is a local to Cup of TCG as well. So these guys are all out of Dice and Destiny in Canterbury, and their Pro Quest is next week. The gold foil opened is Mask of the Pouncing Lynx, so just in time for Zen to have one. So yeah, very nice pick indeed. Okay, let's go.
That is a premium one, I think.
Yeah, let's go up to Just Play in Liverpool. There was 26 players in total. I don't have the breakdown, but this is the top 8. So two Prism, 1 Azalea, 1 Dory, 1 Kano, 1 Katsu, 1 Subaltern, and 1 Azuri. So as soon as Dromire's gone, look, Azuri comes out to play everywhere. Okay,
I really like Prism for that top 8. Prism, I think, is good into Azalea, good into Dromire, great into Kano. Probably not too great into Katsu, not great into Bolton, and then really good and good again into Azuri.
Okay.
So like, I would back at least one.
Right. Okay.
To be in the top 4.
Let's see who made it into the top 4 then. Okay. Paul Wright on Prism. He's won a Pro Quest 4. Liam Holden on Dory. He's won a Pro Quest 4. Skirmish Season 8. Calling Liverpool runner-up and a Pro Quest 5 in Living Realms. Liam Canning, RTN 2023. The fanciest or the smartest trousers in Fab with Prism. And Lila Green with Katsu. Always plays Katsu. Skirmish 6 RTN winner in 2023. Okay, this is the actual matches.
Yeah, I said I've actually seen Lila playing. I've seen Lila playing 5 before. Lila beat me in the finals of a tournament at Fanboy 3.
Okay.
Where coincidentally Liam Canning works. But yeah, she is a ninja.
Ninja mate.
Ninja player through and through.
Yeah.
I think I'd probably take Prism in both of these matchups, but I'm going to take the players that like I think have the strongest history of success, and that's Liam Holden and Liam Canning. Liam, both Liams have like I think multiple Pro Quest and RPN wins between them. Liam Holden knocked me out of the top 8 of a battle hardened in Leeds.
Okay.
Came second in the calling, like you said, I think.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
And then Liam Canning was I back in season 1 watched Liam Canning win a Pro Quest on Prism originally. So
yeah, he did. That's what he played against. It was a dash player. Jacob Hands, and they had a talk about splitting the prizes. And Liam famously said splitting his for losers, and then he went on to win it.
He did absolutely. He smashed that game. Yeah, I remember. Did you film that?
I did film it. You could go back and watch it.
I
But
remember
I
watching it.
edited out his comment. So yeah.
Okay. Because he's such a friendly guy, but he really got some attitude that night. He was feeling himself.
Yeah, he was. That was really good. Bash. That was Boards and Swords. They don't run events anymore. Okay, right. So let's get back onto this. Right, it is a prism off. Okay, so which prism is the best prism?
Well, I know Paul's also an illusionist. Not one trick, I don't think.
No, he has played old school prism. They're both good prism players.
I know they're both prism players. I'm going to take Liam just because I think actually no, and I'm going to call out Paul, okay? Because I know that Paul once conceded a winning in for the top 8 of a battle hardened, and I still can't believe that happened. He conceded his friend into the top 8 instead of him, and I think that because of that reason, I'm going to back Liam Canning to win the event.
Okay. Paul is a heck of a nice guy. They're both really nice guys.
Yeah, too nice of a guy. That's what I'm saying. He's too nice.
Yeah.
So Liam can take it.
You were right. Liam took it. Well done, Liam. I don't know what gold foil was open. So, Liam, if you leave your comment, you will get yourself in the prize draw and you let us know what gold foil you pulled. All right. So, double whammy. Thank you. Right. Okay. So, Geek Retreat in Sunderland. 28 players. The events are getting busier. 4 Viceroy. Oh, my God. You know, we haven't seen Viceroy in ages. This is where they all are.
Yeah, I don't know what this... There was... I think it came second or won the Battle Hardened in Spain this week, maybe.
Okay.
Like an OTK kind of Vis.
All right.
And I think I saw Liam on the Sunday, Liam Canning on the Sunday playing the OTK Vis.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess they've probably worked out something or some way to make their plan a bit more consistent. Which is scary because we certainly know that Viceroy was scary back in the day.
Yeah, I've seen Hamish play an OTK deck not too long ago. But yeah, right, okay, let's get into the top 4. Okay, Paul Goodchild used to play Dromai, now he plays Prism. Isaac Fogg on KO, he's won a skirmish season 8. Christopher Sweeney is back and he's on Victor. It's good to have you back, Chris. Long time missing. One of the original power couple for Flesh and Blood with Caitlin. So really happy to see you back.
Is that Towering Titan?
Pardon?
Is it Towering Titan he used to make?
Yeah, that's right. Towering Titan. Yeah. It's the first RTN I went to at Bash, the one that Liam Canning won. Chris was my first round opponent when I opened my box and then realised that I didn't have a hero, a weapon or any equipment, and everybody quickly gathered round and gave me everything I needed because I was a
I'm
berg.
guilty of the same sin as well.
So yeah, Chris, you'll always be a legend to me. Thank you. Alan Bainbridge on Leviah, always plays Leviah. He's got his lucky playmat, which is a what's the warrior? Jubil sword he plays with. He doesn't like playing.
Then, I guess.
He doesn't like it.
No, that was a battle hardened one.
I think he got given it, to be fair. Otherwise he would be on my list of winners. All right. So right, okay. Let's get on to who's in the final. Okay, the final is this. Paul Goodchild makes it into another final with an illusionist with Prison this time against Chris Sweeney. The Towering Titan returned.
I'm going to go. I think this matchup is really good if played at a high level for Prism. It's not 100-0 by any means, but it does require the victor to have like a pretty solid first cycle through and maybe time skippers as well. Like you need to present a lot of pressure. So I'm going to back Prism here. That's going to be my guess in basically every time we see this matchup, I think. Okay,
brilliant. Right, okay, but Chris is firmly back. There we go. The Towering Titan makes his mark. Awesome. So well done, Chris. Yeah, really good, really good. Right, okay, let's... Gold foil was unopened. Okay, so I don't know what that one is. Chris, if you've decided to finally open it, let us know. Get yourself in the prize draw. Right, Trinity Card Capital, 14 players. This was capped at 16 players. So
oh, wow.
Another 3 Viceroy. So whoever was playing in Sunderland...
In the north. They're all in the north, aren't they?
Yeah, indeed. It was probably the same crowd, to be honest, because they're not actually that far away, Sunderland to Gateshead. So not a bad little tournament.
North of Leeds, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. It's right next to Newcastle Gateshead. Okay. Imad Kashi. He's a famous lad. He hasn't won any events in the UK, but he's very famous at the minute. Craig Johnson. Craig Johnson, Skirmish Season 6, 2 Skirmish Season 7s. Michael Davis on Azalea, and Kevin Appleby won an RTN in 2024. Okay, so these are our finalists.
Can I just say that I am rooting for Kashi?
Okay.
And can I give a small Kashi story?
Yeah, sure. Everyone loves a story.
Kashi's first interaction with the UK community was just after I'd won nationals, and he's in the Discord telling everyone that he's absolutely broken the game in half with Bolton, and everyone's mostly making fun of this guy who's coming to the Discord and he's like, "No, I've absolutely broken it." And I was like, "Hello, new person. Would you like to battle?" Because he said he'd broken it, and so fair enough. We hopped in the Discord, and battled my Briar deck that I'd won nationals with against his broken Bolton deck, and he beat me. and I remember it was and fair enough. And I thought I had a lot of my respect in that moment, because he was talking a huge game and he backed it up.
Nice.
And in front of a hostile crowd as well. And he's also just a great guy. So I'm hoping that Kashi wins, and it's good to see him back, because I know Worlds was a pretty unfortunate situation for him.
Indeed.
So to see him back playing is awesome.
Yeah, he served his time. He's back, and he's doing well. He's made it into a top 4. Let's see if he makes it into the final. Okay, right.
Kashi. I think Azalea is probably quite favoured in this matchup, but I really want Kashi to win. I'm very biased in this one.
Okay. So you're going Kashi, yeah?
I've not heard that he won, and I feel like I might have heard if he had won.
Right.
But I am praying he wins.
Okay, so you're going with your heart, all right?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Kashi didn't win. So commiserations, Kashi, but congratulations to Michael Davies. Well done with Azalea. Trinity Card Capital. Okay, so we're now going into the last one of the weekend. This one was a biggie. This was a huge event. 47 players, my local Mana Screw. Oh my God, you were looking round the room and it was literally the who's who of Flesh and Blood. We were missing a few players, but it looked like pretty much a nationals. There were players, like we always talk about Northampton and the Midlands being the melting pot of the UK, able to draw from the north. Really. We could draw from everywhere. Okay, so we had people from Bristol, we had players from London, we had players from Peterborough, we had players from Coventry, Birmingham, Nottingham, Manchester way, sort of like Leeds way. It was every point of the compass. Players descended on Mana Screw. It was the only
players from Gloucestershire.
Yeah, so yeah, the new crowd. It was the only time. The only other players it was really missing to make it a true national event would have been Alex Chitty, Jason Rolfe, Jamie Faulkner. It was pretty much.
Crowd weren't here, but there was certainly a lot of strong players in the room.
It was crazy. It was you just looked around and just went, oh my God, this is going to be a really, really hard fought contest. 8 KO. We're seeing lots of KO. We're not seeing lots of KO convert like they are. Sort of like results globally show KO sort of like leading the charge. Well, we're not really seeing it. KO's
not an insane deck. I think people got this idea that KO is far and away the best deck in the format, and it's not. If you ask me the same question this time next week, it might not be true anymore, because we're getting a bunch of new KO cards and even a bunch. It is a very good deck, and if you give it multiple small upgrades, that might be enough to push it from quite good to really, really good.
Yeah.
But it's a good deck, but not it just hasn't really got any very bad matchups. It's just a very solid, very good into the whole meta kind of deck.
Right. Okay. Cool. Right. Nice. Okay. Let's see who made it into the top 4. Okay. So the top 4. Oh, look, Matthew Foulkes on Prism, UK National Champion 2021. Pro Tour Lille winner, RTN 2023, ProQuest 1, ProQuest 5. Okay. Ben Westmore, Skirmish Season 7, RTN 2024 on Levire, but he played Katsu on the RTN, which I recorded last season. James Adams on Levire, won a ProQuest 4. Rob Catton on Prism, Top 8 Worlds 2022, Skirmish 6, 2 Skirmish 7s, 2 Skirmish Season 8, so ProQuest 4, and Battle Hardened Liverpool winner with Prism. That fantastic final.
Also, Battle Hardened Nationals Season 1 winner.
Indeed, yeah. The first event he actually went to.
It's called a ProQuest, actually, I think. It was called a ProQuest.
Right, okay. Or a PTI Invitational.
I can't remember what they called it, but it was the event that gave a PTI and an Arcanite Skullcap gold foil. Because I remember watching him win and being like, did he just win more money than I did? I'm like, was I meant to drop from that? Was I meant to play the Swiss for that? Or like, well, what, and just concede on my rounds in nationals? Was that actually the right play? So I know what happened here. Obviously, I was in the room.
Indeed, you're in the room. Yeah. Okay. Right. Okay. Let's get to the final. Okay. Any highlights from any of your top 4 matches that you want to talk about?
I'll talk about all 3 of my top 8 games if I can.
Try and do it quickly. Okay. Just
yeah,
skim over.
Obviously, that's me. Never talking too much.
So
top 8. I played
no
hit on Kano in the top 8, and he went off basically on the first turn, and I ended up having to sack off an angel, my chest, and my headpiece, all just to kind of survive through his first get-go, and then played a pretty tense and narrow game to just close that one out. Mm-hmm. So that was, shout out to Noah. He's a really strong player, really, really strong young player.
He's put some fantastic results in.
Benjamin Westmore, and this was my closest game of the whole day by far. I was getting battered for the first half of the game, and then sort of managed to stabilize, and then landed an Aegis, the Angel of Protection, and then just clung on to this angel for as long as I could. And I think my Merciful Retribution may have done almost 20 damage in the game.
Jesus.
Because it was just the only thing keeping me going was this Angel of Protection, just surviving, making more Spectral Shields, making more Spectral Shields, making more Spectral Shields, and the Merciful, and eventually had to kill the Merciful because otherwise it was going to kill him. But by that point, I just about turned the corner. But there was both some very lucky and unlucky moments for both of us that the game was back and forth, and I thought I was going to lose for a very solid amount of it. So shout out to Ben, he's a really strong player.
Yeah.
And then I played James in the final.
Mm-hmm.
Congratulations to James. I already won a ProQuest this season, so that meant that the invite automatically went to him.
Nice.
And we decided that we wanted to battle for the gold foil. And sure enough, we played. We played in the Swiss. And in the Swiss, I landed an early library, and that kind of carried me to victory. Mm-hmm. And then in the final, he got pretty unfortunate with his rolls. I
heard a double scab skin one.
It was I think he rolled a 1 into a 3, so only 1 action point in a spot where he absolutely had to hit 2 action points, or the game was ending on the spot. And he kind of just had a pretty under. I had an over average draw, he had an under average draw, and although the matchup I do think is Levia favored, I think if you play out perfectly played Levia into perfectly played Prism 100 times, maybe you're looking at a 65-35 or a 60-40, somewhere around there. Mm-hmm. Especially because he had some hot tech. He was packing a sleigh in there somewhere.
All right, yeah.
Yeah, but he never ended up finding it, and both my Levia opponents in the top 4 and both had some interesting Levia tech. Mm-hmm. But I drew well and ended up being able to take down the win, which was awesome.
Nice. Okay, so let's confirm that Matthew Foulkes, the winner of the biggest ProQuest in the UK to date. There is another
basically nationals, right? Basically, should we just call it nationals?
Nationals light. That's what it was. It's Christ. That was really good. There was so many good players there. So really well played. Well done, fella. It was really, really good.
The games were lengthy. It was a long day. It said on the event. It said 11 a.m. to 9ish, and I think I got out of there and it was 10:15.
Yeah, I don't think Mark was expecting 47 players.
That's fair enough.
Six
Awesome
rounds.
to see,
yeah.
you know.
Indeed. Righty. Okay, so let's rattle through the meta maps. There we go. 2 Azalea wins in the north, a Victor, a Dory, and a Prism. So it's looking quite dark up there with the Azaleas. We've got Scotland to go next week. Across the country in the Midlands. So a Victor, a Dory, a Prism, and a Kano. So the light is coming through. And then there we go. Viserai at the bottom. A Dromai, her one and only win because she went out on week 1. So well done to Connor for taking her all the way in Fistful of Dice. And down there in Plymouth with Victor. Let's confirm London. And there we have a Victor and a Prism. So quite a few Victors, quite a few Prisms, quite a few Azaleas so far for the UK. They seem to be the heroes that are breaking through. Our one and only Spanish one. There we go. So well done to Josu Landrazabal with Azalea up there in the Mines of Moria in Lagrona. But if you fancy going to a ProQuest and winning your PTI to Amsterdam, where can you go? Bad Moon Cafe in London is limited to 16 players. Okay, so
Really?
Might be sold out already. So don't try your luck at Bad Moon unless you've already bought a ticket. Dice and Destiny in Canterbury, that will more than likely be streamed by Cup of TCG because that's where they're from. That should be pretty good because Callum Young and Finley Shepherd are all from that area and they made it into the top 4 in Brighton at Dice Saloon. Geek Tree Aberdeen, so with double header, Geek Tree Aberdeen going to Mox of the Hole on the Sunday in Edinburgh for Mox in the Hole.
I've not done any Scotland doubles, but I've looked every time it happens. I look at the flights and I'm like, should I dust off my weekend going to Scotland?
Mox will be big. They're always big in Mox.
They've got a good scene up there. They've got good guys up there. So.
Yeah, Excelsior Comics used to be Geek Retreat in Bristol, but they closed down and Excelsior picked it up. So thank you, Excelsior, for doing that. That's where James Adams, Sammy Braben all play out of. Wayland Games in Hockley. They are next week. It's weird because normally sort of like Bad Moon Cafe, Wayland Games and Dice and Destiny all sort of like compete for the same player base. So it'll be interesting. So will the London crowd go to Wayland or will they go to Dice and Destiny?
Where is Wayland? Is that on the outskirts of London?
Wayland's Essex Way, just above Southend-on-Sea. So for you, so for you, not as far as Lowestoft, but it's still a hell of a trek. But
yeah,
that could potentially,
I think, Sunday.
Yeah, that could potentially be the quieter one at Wayland. Don't quote me on that next week.
Is Bristol on the Saturday?
Bristol's on the Saturday. Yeah.
Oh, really? I thought Bristol was on the Sunday.
Okay, subject to change. It might be on the Sunday, but it's definitely next weekend. Okay.
Yeah, no, because I've got a wedding on the Saturday. I've got a wedding, so I don't know how the wedding will take it when they find out I'm playing a ProQuest. No.
Okay. Can someone confirm in the comment? So not only will you be letting everybody know when Excelsior Comics is actually on, but you'll get yourself in the prize draw too. So well worth doing. Right. One last thing to go. Thank you, Matt, for coming on. Brilliant.
No problem.
Congratulations, huge win. Ireland, Patrick McNamara that covered Gathering for me. Erica Forschlove that covered Dragon's Lair. Matthew Huell, that is, Matt W. Paul Wright, Liam Holden, Steve Broder. Happy birthday, Steve. It's his birthday today. So happy birthday, mate.
Happy birthday, Steve.
Matagon, Ember, Cody Cast and Cup of TCG, Cole, Ruin and Nathan Hills. Nathan Hills pulled a cold foil Teklo at Manascrew and he sold it already. So that's gone. And to all my patrons, Andrew Rayner, Bolful, Mike Kerslake, Callum Dorling, Darren Burdock-Latter and Ross Hewitt, thank you so much. If you want to support me, the Patreon gets you 10% off of Buy the Same Tokens, Flesh and Blood products, 10% off of Thistle Tavern and gets you 10% discount from coaching from Shahmir Samee. So if you want to get better at Fab, drop Shahmir a line All the details are in the description, and hit him up for some tips. If you want to check out a couple of TCG coverage, the link will be in the description. And if you want to support me further, I do hats. This is the baseball cap. Baseball cap and snapbacks are £10 each.
Wait, I wanted to get one of these. I forgot to pick one up from you. I wanted a hat.
Sorry, they're £15 each. Beanies are going really well. They're a tenner. So if you are going to an event that I am going to, I can take some with me. So if you let me know that you want one and you're going to Warsaw, I will pack them in my case.
I want one, Baz. In Warsaw, I want one. This is me putting in my order now.
Okay.
Yeah, I want the baseball cap, please.
Payable through PayPal. £15 to bazdebard@gmail.com, and I will pack one. All right, mate. Which one did you want? Baseball cap?
Yeah, the baseball cap. I want a baseball cap. Yeah, can I pay you zloty in Poland?
Lottie? No, you pay me. You can pay me in good old UK pounds. Okay, right.
That
so
works for me as well.
I shall pack that one now. There we go. This is yours. All right?
Perfect.
All right. There's more. That's the one I wear. The baseball cap. I'm a baseball
give me
cap player.
exactly that one, please.
Yeah, nice. Right, cool. Good luck to everybody for next week. The last week of ProQuest, the last time when you can get yourself a PTI and get yourself to Amsterdam. Matt, we shall see you in Amsterdam. I shall see you in Warsaw. Good luck for next week. Enjoy the wedding.
Yeah, hopefully I can play ProQuest as well. If it's on Sunday, I'll be there in Bristol. If it's not on Sunday, I will be recovering from the wedding, I guess.
He's travelling to Wayland. Watch out.
It's Edinburgh on Sunday, isn't it? That's the only one on Sunday, right?
Well, you said that the Excelsior Comics might be on Sunday, so it might be. All right. So anything else you want to say before we close the door on this episode?
Thank you for having me, and congratulations to everyone that qualified this week.
Nice. Thank you, guys. Thank you, everybody. Take care. Good luck.